Candida Smith, or Candy, people already know me. And I'm an area manager with Arbonne International, which is the company that Glenn joined in November? December. And they have a fantastic nutritional range, which Glenn's been using with business and also personal use. I've been with the company 2.5 years, introduced by Zoe, who's been with them 3 or more years. It's a fantastic company. Glenn's going to talk you through all the products and a bit about nutrition and exercise, etc. And then if you've got any questions or you want to sample anything, then we've got stuff at the back there that you can do that. So I'll hand over to Glenn. He did a fantastic job last month, and he's added a few more slides, a bit more info.
So this will be a monthly occurrence, hopefully. So just a touch point every month for nutrition. I'm Glenn, so welcome. Thanks for coming first off. A bit about me, so my background. I was a Royal Ballet dancer. I snapped my knee, so I've got 8 screws in my left knee. So my femur snapped, which brought me onto personal training. That was my secondary career. Arbonne came to me. It was a natural progression. It was a logical decision to complement my company. Their nutritional range is really, really good. I'm not a massive fan of selling things, but if it's great, then I will rave about it. So we're just going to go through a few things. So starting with nutrition principles, an introduction to Arbonne. Who's heard of Arbonne? Obviously, a few of you guys. Perfect. And then BMR, we're going to run through at the end, okay? So let's get started. Point it at that. Cool. So the basic thing we're going to go through is the 30 Days to Healthy Living, which is a big nutrition pack, which they bundle together in order to get all of your nutritional requirements for your detox, let's say. Which is, I did December through to January, and I really enjoyed it. It was really good. In the pack, first you'll get one of these, which will be perfect, which will be your 30 Days to Healthy Living support guide. Now that can be emailed to you via PDF as well. That is a bit more in depth about this presentation pretty much, so I'm just going to run through it quickly. Otherwise you can have a more in-depth read of it. So you can choose between chocolate and vanilla protein powder, or I think we've got a meal replacement shake as well, so there is an option. The meal replacement shake has a few more calories, fat and fibre as well. The essentials range is just their basic range of nutrition, and it's, to be honest, we all need to eat, right? So nutrition is really, really important. It comes down to making the right choices. So all you need to know is if you're knowledgeable and you can educate yourself on different foods, that's going to massively massively going to impact on your results. So a lot of people, do you know what a calorie is? Let's take that as a start. Anyone?
Can you give me the definition of calorie? Because my daughter said to me yesterday, "Mommy, what is a calorie?"
Calorie.
And I just went,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
So
Like a unit of energy?
Yeah.
absolutely. So a calorie is the amount of energy it takes to warm 1 gram of water through 1 degree C, and it's that measurement is the calorie of energy. So in terms of calories, we'll go into this a bit more in depth in BMR. But do you know we're told to have 2,000 calories a day for women and 2.5 for men? It's rubbish. It's like 30 years outdated. Really. So we're going to run it all through. Yeah.
It's on that principle. So I'm thinking, oh yeah, 2.5. Yeah, I'll make it.
I can go and have another cheeseburger.
We'll go through it more in depth, but you'll be massively surprised at how little we actually need. And it's done in the weight, height, age, and gender.
So it's
So-
like a BMI then,
BMI, again, is probably 20 years outdated.
So I'll just leave.
It's fine.
Alright, you're not doing too bad.
Doctors still use it today. So, I mean, coming from a personal training background, we don't use BMI. Wendy, how often do we use BMI? Never.
At work, I use it every day.
So yeah, Sophie's a midwife, and
Yeah.
I've gone down from Morgan the other
so Sophie's a midwife and still uses BMI every day in her job.
Even though you know it's not.
Even though, exactly. But then NHS guidelines and government guidelines will keep it present. It's rubbish. So I have a really good friend who's probably 5'4", 5'6", rugby player, really big guy. His BMI is morbidly obese. He's not morbidly obese. He's fit, healthy. He can run.
So my husband.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So we'll work out your BMI. We'll go on that, and that's the amount of calories you need at rest. So we'll go through that in a little more detail. So in your diet, basically, you've got a few things to try and avoid. I mean, you can't avoid them completely, but if you can avoid them, it's better too. So you've got chemicals, and gluten is a big one we're going to go through. So that's like glue in the body. Refined sugar. Do you know sugar is more addictive than cocaine? Look on the addiction spectrum. So yeah, you want to shovel cocaine down your throat, so you want to do, so you shouldn't do sugar. Animal products. So Arbonne is vegan certified. It doesn't use any animal products anymore, any animal byproducts. It's not tested on animals either. And then genetically modified organisms. So a lot of our food is genetically modified, and that basically means they put loads of chemicals on to make the wheat grow at the same height so they can harvest it better, an optimum rate and all of that. So if you can try and avoid that by organic and things like that, it's going to really, really help your diet. Our end goal is more energy and vitality and a more engaged life. It's all about breaking bad habits. And then we know bad habits are hard to break, so we've just got to do it. Nutrition focus areas. So you've got macronutrients, micronutrients, which we'll go through in a little more depth. Healthy eating and cooking. So how many of you eat or cook from scratch? Yeah, a few of us don't. And I think if you cook from scratch, you know what goes into it. If you just buy a packet, you've got to think, what are they putting in to preserve that food? So in 6-8 months, that would taste the same as it did fresh. It does make you think, doesn't it? Also, sorry, going back to cooking, how many of you cook in olive oil? Coconut oil, yes, olive oil. So olive oil oxidizes at high temperatures, which means it carbonizes. So it's not great for you. So other oils are better, such as rapeseed oil, coconut oil, peanut oil is also good.
Moved to coconut.
Coconut's lovely.
Yeah.
Do you buy the wax?
Yeah, I've got a massive pot of it.
Yeah, it lasts ages as well.
Yeah.
So though it's a little more expensive to buy, it will last a lot longer because it's not liquid.
Been like that.
And that will go into a bit more detail with hydrogenated fats and things like that. Exercise, obviously this is my forte. I exercise all day with clients. I don't just shout at them. Exercise, it's one of the main foundations of any result you're going to get through nutrition. So nutrition is probably 50, 60, maybe 70% important. But without that exercise, how many of you exercise daily? 1, 2, 3,
Wow.
4.
Includes walking the dog.
Yeah,
It
so,
includes walking the dog.
yeah, so exercise
not
can literally be just going out for a walk. We live very sedentary lives now, so we sit down a lot. Our bodies aren't designed to sit down for a long period of time. Back when we were cavemen or whatever, we didn't sit at desks. We weren't in this position. So it's all about posture, and all of my clients will know that. Digestibility, absorption, and bioavailability. Yeah, literally everything. Alkalinity and stress. Just going on, so with Arbonne, these are all of your basic facts. All their products abide by these rules. So there's no high fructose, which is sugar, or corn syrup. They have got low glycemic index. So anyone heard of glycemic index? GI diet? Yeah, so have a little Google of that and it will list everything that's on the glycemic index. So, for example, fruit, grapes are the lowest glycemic index fruit, which you wouldn't think because they're quite sweet. Actually, the fructose or sucrose in them is minimal. You look at a lemon, it has more sugar in than strawberries. So, yeah, do research. No artificial colours, flavourings, or sweeteners. So recently I found out that sweeteners, I think I found this out from a client, Denise, have contributed towards diabetes. So honestly, there's solid evidence that contributes towards diabetes. So you've got better sweeteners such as stevia, which are plant extracts. But you've got aspartame as well. Anyone heard of aspartame? Anyone know what it does? Know what it was designed for?
Carcinogenic.
Absolutely. So carcinogenic, and it was also designed, or originally, to kill brain tumours, so cancerous brain tumours. Scientists obviously tasted it and tasted it was very, very sweet. Made a few adjustments, and that's what we have in our Coke. So
FDA threw out their approval 3 times.
yeah, absolutely. It's literally, if you can avoid that, just get it out of your diet. It's so bad. I'd rather go for that full fat, sugary stuff. We know what sugar is. It's a simple thing to process, rather than the aspartame, which is very, very synthetic. It's made in a lab. I don't like my food made in a lab. So it's just me. And it's all kosher certified as well. So in your pack, so you get your choice between your meal replacements or your protein. Depends what you want. Meal replacements, if you want to lose a little bit of weight, you can use the meal replacements. If you want to just have, I think it's the 1 meal a day, isn't it?
Well,
The
I mean,
one shake a day.
with both, the nutrition pack comes so that you would have two meals a day. So you can either choose meal replacement. If you're going from kind of nothing then onto this, then the meal replacement is probably the best, because it's not as. I mean, I just have the protein for breakfast and lunch, but meal replacement's just got obviously much more in it.
Massively convenient, guys. Like, you can take this in the car. It's not a massive amount of prep time. So my morning breakfast will be a protein shake, a banana, some ice, water. I'll put my daily fibre in.
There's a lunch.
Absolutely. And the protein will fill me up. So I don't need complex carbs right in the morning. I work out sometimes at 7 in the morning doing spin classes. I can't have heavy breakfast. It just doesn't work for me. You've got to make this work around your lifestyle. There's no point in doing this if it's going to be a task. It comfortably fits around any lifestyle, which is why I found really, really good. I work very unsociable hours, so I'm in work at 6. Sometimes I don't leave till 9, 10 at night. So I have a little bit of the day off, but it's very unsociable. I don't want to get home at 9 and start cooking. It just doesn't work. So one of these.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing with it being two meals. So I have it for breakfast and lunch, and then we cook in the evenings. But for you, you'll have it for breakfast and evening. Yeah, exactly. So you mix it around your life.
Absolutely. Also, you've got your daily fibre boost. So I personally think we're all deficient in fibre. We never get enough fibre, and that's going to help with digestibility. Also, that has no cholesterol or trans fats, which we'll go through in a little more detail. So cholesterol is done on triglyceride levels. Everyone heard of that? No? Okay, so triglycerides, when fat is absorbed into your blood, it goes into triglycerides. It's needed as energy straight away if you use. If not, it'll be stored. So cholesterol levels are all done on that measurement of how many triglycerides are in the bloodstream. Okay. Coming down, we've got herbal infusion. Anyone if you want to go make it?
Sorry, do you mind me just asking?
Yeah, of course.
Go for it. I read something the other day, I can't remember where I saw it, but it was something like we have an extra scoop of fibre, like a fibre boost into a diet that you burn X amount of calories.
Okay, so
yeah, it does help.
It does.
Yeah. So
Was it
you get that
9
food through as well.
9 rings a bell. You're supposed to lose an extra £9 a year if you have the correct daily recommended amount.
Fibre.
I'm not sure about burning calories. I think more about removing.
That was it. Removing. That was it. I couldn't remember. I knew it was something like doing something.
It's a crap magnet, basically.
Half a day daily recommended. Obviously, fibre through your normal diet. So having this half that, you know, like I said, convenience, isn't it?
And it doesn't have to go in the shake. It can be put in anything. So you can add it to meals and all sorts.
Yeah, absolutely. So I put it all in one. I just get it all done in the morning.
Yeah, me too.
Herbal teas before I go to bed, just because I'm trying to cut down on coffee and caffeine massively. Wendy might stop laughing. So whenever I have too much energy, Wendy's like, how many coffees do you have?
You can replace it with a fizz stick.
Absolutely. So coming up with fizz sticks. We'll go through the vitamins and things, so B6 and B12 a little bit later. But only 13 calories a serving. So I think, Kelly, you said they were introduced to Americans to stem them drinking fizzy drinks. They've got natural caffeine in and vitamin B, which really, really helps with energy levels. I would probably have that just before I go back to work at like 3 in the afternoon. So after I've done 9 hours, I need something to keep me going through another 6 hours. So
yeah, they're great for that mid-morning lull and
I mean, guys,
mid-afternoon.
go and try some. There's some at the back. If you want to get some water and put one in, go for it. They're really, really good. And they come in 2 flavours, so pomegranate and citrus. I've also found with Arbonne products, flavours are good. I've tried everything, and some of the flavours I call them like really, really disgusting. I was on a bulking shake by Mutant Mass. I know. I was trying to gain it away. It's huge, and it was supposedly cookies and cream, but whoever said that tastes like cookies and cream live. It tastes like mud. And then you get Digestion Plus. So there's lots and lots of products in their essential range that I use pretty much every day because it's the convenience. I'm a massive fan of if you can't get it in your diet. In this day and age, we can plug it, and we can healthily plug it as well. So it's not; these are all they're all approved by a lot of government bodies. So they're also drugs tested as well, which is important. I get drugs tested. I could get drugs tested. I don't want to take a product that has anything that could jeopardize my career. Another one, another few products. So daily power packs for women, they do them for men as well. So we have different nutrition.
Not in this country yet.
Oh, that's right. Okay, that'll be. That's coming soon then?
I don't know. I'm really working on it.
Yeah, at the moment and from Monday, daily power packs for women are going to be on hold for a little while
Really?
because of supply.
Okay.
So it's the last chance to get them tomorrow for a little bit. They're just going to have a bit of a break, but it's down to supply, I don't know. But yeah, the men's one, I think, is getting the EU testing done on. That takes a little bit longer for the products coming from America because of that testing and screening they need to go through.
Okay, cool. So if we just skip over that to nutrition part,
yeah.
jump it.
You take it on shakes, you don't need the power packs as well, it's fine.
Yeah. So with your nutrition bars, how many of you had Nutrients and Special K and things like that? You know how high in sugar they are. They literally spray these products in sugar. Genuinely, like that's why they're so sweet and they're so satisfying for a short period of time. We'll talk through blood sugars a little bit and why these companies have us hooked, and it's due to the sugar content. Obviously in here you've got plant protein, so protein fills you up. The 10 grams of plant protein is probably one of the best snacks you can have, unless you're going to go for things like avocado and nuts or.
I've got some chopped up.
We got some, yeah. Bring them over, share out. And again, under 200 calories a bar, so you go and reach for something else that's possibly going to move on to 200 calories. Calories are quite important. We're going to talk through that with BMR and how you can then work with calories to optimize your diet. Omega-3 Plus, I take that in the morning as well with my nutrition shake, just because you need fat to absorb a certain amount of vitamins and minerals, so fat-soluble vitamins. Again, this will be explained a little bit more, but that helps support brain function, so I need that. Going down, Green Balance, really, really cool. That's this one just here. So actually, I've got a massive slide on that later, but going through the principle of eating with your eyes. So if you look at a McDonald's plate, can you see any colour there at all? You look at a plate of fruit and veg, the brighter it is, the better it is. So they've basically mixed, I think it's like 20?
37.
30, is it 37? 37. Different fruits and veg blended. So really, really good. And then your antioxidant immunity spread. Really convenient to carry around with you.
No, so they're the gel packs. I haven't got any of those with me. So so convenient to carry around with you. They're only 90 ml pouches. No high fructose or corn syrup. I'll just tell you a story about those. Actually, jump back. So if basically they're there to ward off colds and germs and what have you. And if you, I mean, my 17-year-old son is completely hooked on them, and he's just started now going out of an evening and drinking illegally. And this morning, he got in the shower because he got to go somewhere at 9:30, and he said, "Can I have an immunity boost?" I said, "No, I haven't got any." So he reached for a fizz stick, which is fantastic. So They are brilliant for hangovers. So.
Even Theo, who's 5, was looking through the Arbonne catalogue going, Mummy, you need to order more of those. So I like those. They love them. They taste like wine.
Yeah, they do.
They do. And took some vitamins A, C, and E. Okay, so vitamins, I think you could all do more of. We all need more vitamins. Coming down, we've also got Arbonne Independent. Okay, so these are 2 different products. The Full Control it's got basically a fibre in it that, when added with water, fills your stomach up a little bit. So then you don't have to consume as much. We've also got the magnesium and just magnesium in that one to help with your metabolism. So your metabolism is the rate in which you burn calories. So if we can boost our metabolisms, we burn more calories more efficiently without as much hunger. And then you've got metabolism support again to boost your metabolism. Really, really good to lose weight. So if your goal is to lose a few pounds, this one especially, perfect. You've got to do it in conjunction with healthy eating and exercise. So this all can't just be done. Well, I suppose it can just be done at home, but the results won't be as fast if you do it with the exercise. Health and wellness goals, so it's all to support you, and again, the magnesium for your metabolic health. Living at the glass. So, guys, food, portion sizes. That's probably a sticky point for a lot of people. How do you know what to eat or how much to eat? So, you've got your plate, you know how should be veg, so you get your fibres, everything like that. And then you've got your complex carbs, okay? So, complex carbs are basically sugar, so it's going to fuel you. We're going to go through each food group and just discuss what each food group does and why it's helpful. If you have a look, so you've got eliminate your common allergies and non-healthy ingredients. So wheat and gluten, I think, does anyone have bread at night and think that's just not setting right? So I've got rid of bread. I don't eat much bread at all. Dairy I do still eat, but I prefer coconut milk or almond milk. Refined sugar, yeah, get rid of it. Just cross it out. Don't need it. Alcohol, everyone drinks, right? Cut it down. No, perfect. So a glass of wine could be as much. Shelley's like, oh my gosh. A glass of wine, think of it like this. A small glass of wine is a donut. Would you sit and eat 3 donuts on an evening? Possibly not. Yeah, it puts it into perspective, doesn't it? But 3 glasses of wine is actually quite common, and I think, again, knowledge is power, guys. So if you can compare it and think, actually, am I going to sit and eat 3 Krispy Kremes? You're not. You're not. That's Sophie nodding her head. So if you can cut that down, even if you were to just consume alcohol at the weekend, although we process it quite efficiently, so it's a good sugar, it isn't great for us. It really, really is. And it also dehydrates you. So water will come on to you. We all need more water, period. Like, we should be drinking 2.5 to 3 litres of water a day. Nowhere near that for most of us. I know, like I'm bad as well. So if you can carry a bottle with you, just keep sipping away at it. You do actually feel like you're more energy. And sometimes when you think you're hungry, you're actually thirsty. So I'd always go for like half a glass of water. Leave it for like 15 minutes and see if I'm still hungry after that. Or, for example, go for a physic or herbal tea or something like that. Coming down, here we go. Key points. So gluten-free. Many people are intolerant to gluten, and it basically acts like glue in the system. It's a protein found in meat, dry barley malts, and beer, guys. There you go. So many processed foods are stuffed full of gluten, really, really are. Coming down to the glycemic index, just going back to that, how quickly the blood sugar rises after eating food, so that's what it's all measured on, with the glycemic index. A low glycemic index means you don't get a sugar high. But if you think, I was always taught 3 meals a day, standard. So you get your 3 big peaks and troughs of sugar highs. We really want to get rid of that and do smaller meals that stay closer to your optimum line of blood sugar. So you don't get the peaks and the troughs. When you get the troughs, so when insulin is released, blood sugar goes down, that's when you're going to crave sweet foods. And that's why we eat sweets and we snack on sweet stuff. If you can keep that blood sugar nice and level, not going up and above the line too much, you won't get that craving for sweet foods. You'll stay fuller for longer. And things like the nutrition bars, perfect for snacks, because they're going to keep that protein, keep your blood sugar nice and level. In their shakes, 20 grams of vegan protein, so it's derived from peas. Just to go into that a little bit deeper, a lot of people have soya protein. Everyone heard of soya protein or soya products? So soya promotes estrogen production in the body. That, in turn, promotes fat storage. I don't know. So if you can decrease your soya intake or anything like that, and do things not to promote an estrogen production, we're definitely going to not see that fat storage. Because it's derived from peas, it's neutral. It's not going to be promoting fat storage as such. And because it's 20 milligrams, that's all we can really absorb. So these protein shakes that have 50, 60, 70 grams or milligrams of protein, there's no way you can absorb all that. Yeah. Literally, you're paying for expensive euros. And also 5 grams of fat, so you need fat to absorb protein as well. So fat soluble molecule.
Very Glenn, so how much protein do you target?
To me,
yeah.
I've got a really good slide actually. So you can go online and you can put in I think it's some probably building website. Put in your age, your height, what you actually want if you want to lose weight, gain weight, and it will show you exactly how much protein or carbs or anything that you need. So for me, I aim for about, I think it's 1.7 grams per kilo because I do a lot of exercise. But yeah, I'll give you the link to that as well. You can't digest protein without fat. And Vince Gironda basically said that back in 1917. When you swallow an egg white, it goes into your stomach, and you're basically, your stomach says loads of fat. You have no fat in the egg white, just protein. Okay? The white, which is protein, has no vehicle for conversion. Basically, when it goes into our stomachs, we need to convert it in the small intestine. And instead of, because it's got no fat there, it'll be converted into sugar instead of essential amino acids. So we need the fat to absorb protein into amino acids, which will then go to the blood, and they'll be traveled around the body to repair some of it. And your muscles can actually store excess amino acids if needed. If you're going for endurance, your muscles will store excess, so they don't need to convert it into sugar. So you definitely need fat to keep the open, basically. Carbohydrates. Who knows what carb is? Obviously, it's key. Yeah. So they come in many different forms of complex carbs, simple carbs, starchy carbs. So a really, really simple change just to start is to change your potatoes for sweet potatoes. They fuel you during high intensity exercise. So fat is your fuel for just walking around doing day-to-day jobs. When you actually go for a run or a sprint or any high intensity PT section, carbs are the one that fuel you. So I'd always recommend rice cakes or oat cakes or something like that to fuel you for exercise. It spares protein as a source. So if you don't have carbs, the body will use protein or fat as your source. Probably protein, because fat's more sedentary exercise. And again, 1 gram of carbs is 4 calories. So just a really, really quick fact to be there. It fuels your central nervous system and your brain. And the majority of the carbs need to be consumed early in the day. So I've never understood having big spaghetti bolognese or pasta at night. You're just going to be sitting in bed, and what are all those carbs doing? They're not doing anything. I mean, if you were just about to go for a run, fantastic, perfect. But you want to sort of tail your carbs off towards the end of the day. Normally for myself, I won't have too many carbs, especially complex starchy carbs, after say 6, 7 o'clock. Just because I know I won't be using them. If I've got a spin class at 8, of course, I can eat whatever I want for that. You really want to taper them off towards the end of the day. This is the website. You can just click on or type into any search engine, and it will basically, everyone jot that down. It will tell you what you need carb-wise per day. And it's all individual. It's done on weight, height, age, and your specific goal. So if you want to lose weight, maintain, gain. All comes down as well to healthy eating. So you need to be eating healthy. Everyone's got that. So also, if you think of your muscles as having like a little battery, that's your glycogen stores or glucose stores. When you exercise, you deplete those stores, so the battery empties. Carbs are the one that are going to replenish that. Okay, so that's why we have simple carbs, which are always better. The glycogen stores help prevent fatigue, so they stop you getting tired during exercise. Protein. Proteins in the body, so they're the structure of you. They build you. They're building you. Part of your organ tissues, muscle, skin, nails, bones, tendons, ligaments, and blood plasma, which is really, really important. Essential to repair and growth. So you hear a lot about bodybuilders having protein shakes post-workout. So it's exactly the reason, because you need to repair and grow the muscle. Perfect with the key proteins. Okay? They're involved in your metabolic, transport, and hormone systems. So your metabolic system needs protein to work. Are made up of enzymes that regulate the body's metabolism. So we spoke about metabolism being the thing that burns calories. Protein makes the enzymes to regulate that. Okay? And again, 1 gram is 4 calories. Okay? Involved in your acid-base balance. Now, the thing I like about Arbonne products is they're all pH correct. They're not, our body's naturally quite acidic. And if we can get pH correct products into our bodies that aren't making us more acidic, it can only be a good thing. Research done recently by an American university, it stated that cancer can't grow in an alkaline environment, period. That's a big claim to make. If we can make our bodies a little more alkaline, it will be massively, massively beneficial. So arthritis, any joint inflammation diseases, all come from an acidic body. We're all too acidic. Back in Paleolithic times, or times before the agricultural revolution, we didn't have arthritis as bad. We didn't have rheumatoid arthritis. We didn't have any inflammatory diseases at all, really, because processed foods weren't there and our bodies were less acidic. So it's all down to how acidic our body is. Fats. We were all taught fats are bad. They're not. They're really good. So there are some bad fats. So you've got sat fats, which we'll go through quickly. Now 1 gram will be 9 calories in fat. So that's a lot more than carbs and protein. It transports fat-soluble vitamins, including A, D, and E around the body. So if you ingest A, D, and E without fat, you can't absorb them. They just go straight through. It needs to have the fat to absorb them. And it protects vital organs and insulation. So sat fats are found in many foods, both sweet and savoury. Most of them come from animal sources, including meat, dairy products, as well as some plant foods such as palm oil. The thing I like as well is that sat fats, you don't really find it here. You really don't. Food high in sat fats include, so just familiarise yourself with a few of these foods and just think if you have them in your diet. 5 cheeses, butter, lard. Now I'd rather you have real butter than the hydrogenated stuff. Do you think if you put two samples of butter out, so hydrogenated, I can't believe it's not butter, or real butter, see which one the fly lands on. I'd much rather you have the actual butter just because it's natural. It's not synthetic at all. The fly won't land on the synthetic at all. Some savoury snacks, including chocolate, confectionery, biscuits, cakes, and pastries, all sat fats. Okay, fine avoid them. Cholesterol is mostly made in the liver from any type of fat you eat. Okay, that's where cholesterol originates. Carried in the blood in 2 ways: low-density lipoprotein, so LDL, or high-density lipoprotein, so HDL. Too much LDL, so the bad one, cholesterol can lead to fatty deposits to develop around the arteries, which can restrict your blood flow and to the heart, brain, increasing the risk of heart disease and stroke. That's pretty, I think we all kind of knew high cholesterol equals stroke and heart. HDL, positive effect by taking cholesterol from parts of the body where it's got too much of it back to the liver where it's disposed of. Okay? So if we can get more HDL cholesterols, that's going to lower our cholesterol level. Okay. So if you want to cut your risk of heart disease, best to reduce your overall fat intake and swap your sat fats, the bad fats, for your unsaturated fats, which are good fats. And there's good evidence to support basically replacing sat fats with unsat fats, and will help lower your cholesterol. It's pretty much fat, isn't it? Primarily found in oils from plants, unsaturated fats can either be polyunsaturated or monounsaturated. This is where it gets a little bit complicated. So monounsaturated fats help to protect our heart by maintaining high levels of the good cholesterol, like HDL, while reducing your bad cholesterol, the LDL. Monounsaturated fats, they're found in stuff like olive oil, obviously don't cook with it, don't use salad. Rapeseed oil and their spreads, avocados and almonds, and vanilla nuts and peanuts. So we then move on to polyunsaturated fats. They can help lower your LDL, the bad cholesterol. Replacing saturated fats with polyunsaturated fats, they also reduce your triglyceride levels, which is the measurement of cholesterol, which is the type of fat found in the blood used to measure cholesterol. There are two types of polyunsaturated fats. We've all heard of omega-3, so fish oils, and we've got a really good one here.
So, but not made with fish, obviously.
Not made with fish, no.
Very nasty afternoon.
No. So with the omega-3 and the omega-6, some types of omega-3 and 6 cannot be made by the body, so we can't produce them ourselves. We have to ingest them in small amounts in our diet. They're found in fish, as I said, we've got loads of fish there. Eggs, avocados, some nuts as well. And they're poultry and chicken. So where do these originate from?
Flaxseed.
Flaxseed. So yeah, you've got your seeds in there, so nuts and seeds. Really good in the morning. They're going to help you. It's going to keep dropping, isn't it?
I need to put some stains in the bottom.
I'm just going to leave it there. And now, macronutrients. Anyone heard of macros or macronutrients? No? So basically macronutrients are the nutrient component in the body. Macronutrients are those nutrient components that the body needs to ingest in smaller amounts, often referred to as vitamins and minerals. Although these are only required by the body in small amounts, they are vital to development, disease prevention, and well-being. Arbonne's what you cover basically. Many of these micronutrients can be found in products in the essentials range. I mean, if you look at the back, you can see the B6, the B12. Protein shakes, they've got vitamin A, D, which promotes strong sleep and bones. Vitamin C, thiamine, which is B1. Riboflavin, which is B2. Vitamins B5, B12, B6, which all help with development of the nervous system. They're involved in the production of blood as well. So if you have a look on the back of any of these packets, it lists everything that's in there. And you can see all of the vitamins that they put in. Helps break down protein and glucose to produce energy for the body. So really, really important micronutrients. Going on to the green balance, guys. As I said, eat with your eyes, eat colourfully. The green balance, you have a little look. It eats across the colour spectrum. Phytonutrients, phytonutrients, in green balance, support overall health. So if you look at the colours, that's where they basically get a lot of their food, a lot of ingredients. The greens are spirulina, kale, ostrich, broccoli, so on and so forth. Red, yellow, and blue. Just have a quick look. You see the brighter the food, the better it is, the more antioxidants it's going to have. Antioxidants fight free radicals. You know what a free radical is? Well, yeah?
Yeah, kind of.
So, free radicals are basically the things that attack our cells. And if we, yeah, basically, it just attacks things. Antioxidants fight free radicals. So if we can increase our antioxidants, and reduce the free radicals in our bodies. Only positive thing. Features. So 1 scoop. So the scoops are quite small, aren't they? You got the thing in it?
They are very small.
Yeah, the scoops they're quite small, I think. And that's 1 full serving of vegetables. 100% natural.
The green.
Yeah, it's half
Oh,
the
sorry,
size.
green.
Yeah.
That's over there.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in the pot.
Literally is like, it's tiny, and that's a whole serving of your day. 100% natural, whole food, so it's not synthesized in any way. It's not artificial. It actually doesn't taste too bad at all. It's quite neutral, I think, isn't it?
Yeah. It smells a bit caly, but it looks a bit green.
Very green.
I think it smells like rabbit.
Do you? What do you think it tastes like? It's quite neutral, I think.
Yeah.
And it's so convenient that you can literally have this in the boot of your car. There's no excuse. It's literally a scoop. Done. Or, as I said, you can add it to protein shakes, your meal replacement shakes, use your water. So if you don't like the flavour at all, put in a tiny bit of juice. 30 servings in that tiny pot of soap as well. 30. Easily increase your intakes of fruits and veg. So I recently read that 5 a day actually wasn't enough. You need 7. 7 a day, I would struggle to get 7 different fruit and veg in a day. So perfect. Prebiotic fibre, powerful phytonutrients and antioxidants along with essential vitamins and minerals. So again, it's packed full of good. The benefits. 1 serving will provide nutritional benefit from 37 fruit and veg in the blend, a whole rainbow of each basket. Travel friendly, so again you can put it in your shakers, anything, make it with you. And prebiotic fibre can help support healthy digestion. So again, it's that digestion thing, getting things through your body. Smart nutrition, convenient, and it's part of it. Smart nutrition, convenient part of good life. Insight. Hydrated, again, just go back to water, we don't eat enough, we don't drink enough water at all. So 2 litres plus minimum a day, that's 8 decent sized glasses. Dehydration has so many side effects. When you drink alcohol, you dehydrate yourself. That's why we get hangovers, that's why we feel rough. So I always read that a couple of glasses of water as well before you go to bed just helps rehydrate your cells like that. Another tip, guys, slow down. Our lives are so rushed nowadays. We eat so fast, don't give ourselves time. You can slow down and just enjoy your meals. I guarantee you won't eat as much because your body takes time to save for this stuff. There's also a bit of research done that said if you try not to drink too much, about 20 minutes or half an hour before your meal, just sip water and then the same after, the hydrochloric acid in your stomach will be at a stronger level, so it won't be diluted, which means the breakdown of food will be faster, more efficient. So yeah, give it a go, definitely. I'm not saying don't drink at all, but sips. Don't have a glass of water straight before you meal, because it will just dilute that stomach acid. And reduce your portion size, so if you can just bring it in a little bit. You don't have to have the biggest plate, have a little bit. Now, sugar. Avoid refined sugars, so anything white or bleached or any sugar really, honestly, throw it out now. Go home, get rid of it. You'll feel the effects in the first few days of the withdrawal. A lot of detoxes say no sugar too. And you go through a few rough days, you're like, wow, that's great. But it's all sugar, it's that fake energy. It's what it is basically. This is so many foods and things, and it is disguised. So it is disguised as anything with OSE basically on the end. So you've got glucose, fructose, sucrose. It can have negative impact on your blood sugar levels. So we spoke about having that sugar crash, which is where you then crave sugar again. It's that repetitive addictive cycle. And it's stored straight as fat in the body, basically, unless you're using it there and then. So I had a a few clients that push themselves a bit hard and they've gone too hard and they feel like they're going to faint. They need sugar. They need to get that energy back. If you're not, and if you're healthy and fine, and you're having too much sugar, it's just going to go straight as fat storage. Contributing factor to type 2 diabetes, but also thyroid problems and hormone issues. And there's so many negatives to sugar. I think if you can stem that, you reduce the amount of negativity or negative impact sugar has in your life. Snack culture. So snacking is another big sticking point. We all snack. Well, we all need to snack between meals, but it's choosing the right things to snack. So instead of reaching for a Mars bar or quick sugars that you really feel like you need, you can logic a level, and then you won't need to go for the sweet thing. You can go for it. I have frozen grapes quite a lot. I've got a sweet tooth, so freezing grapes. Anyone tried frozen grapes?
Hi.
Really good. Quite long texture, but really like boiled sweet. Frozen mango, frozen banana.
Frozen berries in my shake.
Yeah, honestly, try and freeze them. Yeah, because I've got quite a sweet tooth, so naturally I would go for something sweet stuff. I go for grapes, they're the lowest glycemic index fruit, so I know I'm not going to get that sugar spike. I'm still getting this sweet palate. So if you just increase your meal size, I'm not saying, I just said decrease it, but if you eat more at your meal times, you won't need to snack. So if you have the right balance of protein, carbs, fats, you won't need to snack as well. Exercise, this is a big part. My client's definitely. You need 4% of the day is 1 hour. We can all spare an hour of our day to our bodies, I think. So it's not a case of just changing how you eat. You do need to move as well. It's a really simple equation. Reduce your calories, increase the exercise, mostly you get the weight loss or toning or whatever you want. The vital role in maintenance of a healthy mind and body. So it releases hormones in your body. So when you exercise, you basically break down the muscle, you repair all of that. It's dopamine. That's the one I'm looking at. It's an addictive hormone, a legal high basically, and it's a natural high. So your body craves that. I don't know if any of you go to the gym or anything, but you get in that gym kind of spirit. And you think, I don't go to the gym, I kind of feel a bit groggy or something like that. So that's the dopamine effect. Rest. How many of you sleep more than 7 hours when you does it? Anyone? Yeah? So sleep is hugely important to repairs our bodies. Okay? So it's the rest, and that's when your body does all of its repair, basically. And we need to sleep more. So having a good mattress, good pillows, having the room at the right temperature, it's all really important. And I think you need to keep an eye on it. So often we go from, as I said, but sometimes I finish at 10, I still have work to at home, so at 11, I get up at 5, it's not enough. And then I go for a 2-mile run at 5 in the morning, so I need more sleep. So that's why I try, and even if I have like an hour in the day, I keep my sleep debt down. So you get a debt of sleep, basically. If you lack on sleep, you create a deficit, and you need to keep working to get that level. So also track your work. So there's a few pages. You can follow me on Facebook, follow the Healthy Neighborhood on Facebook, just to keep track of your results. So for me, I measure all of my clients. They're all measured, body fats, whatever, because I need to keep track of where they are. It's no point having a goal if you can't measure where you're going, because you'll just 6 months will be like, oh, I still have the same goal, I don't know how far I've come there. And then you won't be able to time scale it. And then last Saturday each month, as I said, we're going to do this, or I'm going to do a full body MOT if that's what you like, which will be £10 for your body fat, which is a caliper test. They're at the back. Blood pressure and basically feedback on your BMR. We're going to run through BMR now. Yeah. A little bit complicated. So BMR, get rid of BMI out of your head, just rethink it. It's called BMR now. To lose weight, which a lot of people want to do, you've got to create a calorie deficit, basically. So your BMR is the amount of calories your body will burn at rest if you were to lie in bed all day and do nothing. So just to keep your brain function, your body warm, your digestion, your blood flow, it would burn X amount of calories. Now, 2,500 for men is what the government said. Rubbish. That's the amount they recommend to stave off disease and keep the general population healthy. You're not the general population, you're yourself or individual. So it should be done individually. This is where this comes in. So for me, for example, my BMR is 1,600. If I'm eating 2,500 calories a day, and overeating by 900, maybe even 1,000 calories a day, in a week that's 6,500, 7,000 calories. That's overeating for me by 3.5 days.
But then if you're exercising, you're burning that off.
Yeah.
You need to obviously sustain that.
Absolutely,
your energy.
Absolutely. So your BMR is the base. That's the minimum you have. I mean, if you're going to create the deficit to lose weight, again, that'll be your new minimum. If you go below that, you slip into what we call a catabolic state, which is where your body, it goes into that starvation phase. It'll just store fat. Fat's a slower burning food. It keeps you going for longer. So your new BMR, for example, work it all out, that is your minimum. Okay? Absolutely. If you slip below, your body may adjust it. And panic store fat. So if I exercise, say I do spin twice in a day, I burn 600-800 calories in like an hour and a half. You then have to eat that on top of my 1,600. So I don't want to lose weight, I want to maintain. So I'd be eating that day 2,400 calories. So I am back up near that, but that's because I burn 800 calories. Yeah, cool. So to do that, you can literally type in Google BMR, your weight, height, age, gender, and it'll give you your figure. Measurements. This is, everyone can do this. So you can measure your chest, waist, hips, and thighs, and biceps. Do that again in the 30 days if you were to do the B side, so the healthy living. And just see the results. Again, track your progress. Does anyone have any questions?
I think what you were saying about doing measuring in centimetres rather
Yes,
than inches
yeah,
as well.
So I was always, I work in new money, as they say. So work in centimetres, you can then see your results no matter how small or how big. If you work in inches, you're not going to lose 3 inches in a month, for example. You might be able to, but you're more likely to lose a few centimetres, so you can keep the measurements very, very accurate. And also a few things where you measure. So if you measure your thighs, keep your arms down by your side and measure where your middle finger drops, so you get a consistent measurement next time you do it. Otherwise, you could be anywhere on the foot. Waist, hips will be hip bones. Waist will be the thinnest part of the body. And then chest will be straight across the middle of the chest. Make sure it's level at the front and the back. Any questions at all? That all makes sense? Yeah? Perfect. So should we do your BMRs? Are you going to do that? Cool. Let's leave that up there. So guys, if I'm just going to run and get the scales and the height thing, we're back in 2 seconds. I'm going to try some of the products and stuff. There's some protein shake.
Oh, hello.
You've got vanilla shake.
So we're still waiting.
So if anyone wants to try some shake and got some chocolate made up here, I've got vanilla on me, but we can get a cup.
Right, guys, who wants to be what?
You take shoes off,
Yeah.
Strip everything off if I'm going on there.
Yeah, I see.
Basil must have got it right. Yeah.